The coronavirus pandemic is impacting everyone in some way or another, but racial disparities are hard to ignore. Now, the city of Oakland is taking aggressive steps to try to lessen the impact on some of the most vulnerable populations. KPIX5's Katie Nielsen is live in Emeryville to explain that. Katie?
Ken, today the city of Oakland announced the formation of a task force specifically to address the racial impacts of coronavirus. That's because newly released data shows people of color are dying at higher rates. Across the country, African Americans are dying from COVID-19 at disproportionately higher rates, a trend that is playing out here as well.
We're seeing that social vulnerability manifest itself in California.
According to data released today by the state health department, African Americans account for 12% of all the coronavirus deaths in the state, but only make up 6% of the population. The data shows other races are not being impacted in such a disproportionate way. Dr. Eiton says there are a number of reasons for that, including the fact many could be essential workers.
The occupational exposure is greater in African Americans and other socially vulnerable populations.
He says the bigger issue is the lack of access to affordable health care.
You've got higher levels of underlying disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, chronic obstructive lung disease.
All are risk factors that make it more likely a person will die if he or she gets COVID-19.
There has not been justice with regard to race in health disparities for a long time.
That's why the city of Oakland formed a task force to address the issue.
We have an opportunity to not just improve our actual response to this disease, but to look at permanent changes to our laws and our policies so that we don't keep seeing these disparities repeat themselves over and over.
So the task force says their immediate goal is to increase the availability of testing and also PPE in some of the underserved communities. The next step will then be to look for more long-term solutions. Live in Alameda County, Katie Nielsen, KPIX 5.